I think it's safe to assume we all know the original story of Doki Doki Literature Club. It swept the gaming world off its feet about a month ago. That's not true. It swept the gaming world off its feet for about a month in 2017 and then fell off the face of the earth. As the years went by, there have been tons of custom story mods being made, and even an after story mod that was just you and Monika after the events of the original game. Now, if you add Friday Night Funkin', now this is a destined combination. The first version of this mod had just 3 or 4 songs, and it was only boyfriend, girlfriend, senpai, and Monika. Many months later, we got the ultimate update. This was the Bob and Bosep EX update of Doki Doki Literature Club with a lot more fun content. We got the Friday Night Funkin' Doki Doki Literature Club TakeOver update that introduces the rest of the crew, Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. At least 4 times more songs with a total of 18 and a more fleshed out story. Let's get to my favorites.
Three, two, one, go!
Okay, so this is the hardest song in the game because why not? The dialogue is very DDLC-esque, you know, I mean Monika's literally staring into your soul. Also, she knows your name because this is Monika we're talking about, why wouldn't she? This is the most complicated song, there's way too much going on and it's harder than hard. Take that as you will. Also, you can get a secret jump scare at random whenever you fail. It's cool. Not only that, but it's the exact same reference of the original jump scare. Also, I'm not good enough to beat it, so let's just move on. So this has the same visual as Epiphany, but this time we can actually see boyfriend this time and she's upset for some reason. But now we gotta deal with this again. Not as stressful as Epiphany, but it's barely any better. Although I do like the just Monika spelled out on the death notes in the beginning. A very nice touch from the original game, but honestly, I don't like this one.
Three, two, one, go!
The first of many new songs that came with this mod that includes the 3 additional characters. First off, we got Sayori. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. It's inconsistent when it comes to how it sounds overall. At times I like what I'm listening to, but other times I ask myself about what I signed myself up for. If you know Sayori's character, you'll know exactly what this face insinuates. It's a cool detail they added for people who know their stuff about Doki Doki, but this isn't the end of Sayori.
Two, one, go!
that was fast. The first remix this mod has to offer, and it's one of my favorite songs from the soft mod, but I was very disappointed with this remix. I was expecting it to be just as good as the original from soft, but I was very let down. Comparing it to the original, it feels like a completely different song than a remix. I was very excited when I saw this on the list of the remixes, but ended up underwhelmed. It's not bad, but it just doesn't hit the same as the other remixes or the original song.
2, 1, go!
This is just Monika and Senpai going back and forth singing the main theme of Doki Doki Literature Club, which is nice, but also it's kind of boring and way too slow for my liking. If it was a little bit faster, it would have been a bit higher on the list. I like that they implemented the main theme as a playable song, but it's nothing to jump up and down for.
Three, 2, 1, go!
I hope you didn't think Sayori was gonna be higher on the list. Rain Clouds as her first song. This is relatively catchy. I like the vocals, but there isn't much else.
Three, 2, 1, go!
If you remember the Cappy mod, then you remember this icon of a song. This is the hardest of the 4 remixes, but that's exactly how it was in the Cappy mod, even though I don't remember which song was the hardest out of those songs. I like this choice for Natsuki because I believe her and Cappy will have really funny interactions. It sounds good on a DDR pad, but Natsuki's voice makes it sound much better and more natural in my opinion.
Three, 2, 1, go!
This is just a remix of the main theme of Doki Doki, being sung by Monika and Boyfriend. It's a cool mix with elements added to the song, but the first minute of the song is the best part, and that's not really saying much, but it's a cool addition.
2, 1, go!
This is a fun way of combining two genres for a pretty catchy song, to make a fun tsundere environment around us as we bang our brains off to the rocking beat. It definitely fits Natsuki's character as her personality is all over the place as a tsundere, so it matches very well. Also, I like the addition of the graphics at the beginning that match her character, but when the rock beat drops, it's the exact opposite, broken hearts and dead cats. Natsuki's vocals are enjoyable to listen to alongside the duo of her and boyfriend, which sounds really good as well. The rock sections really carry this song, as I feel like the slower parts in the middle of the song, this slows down the pacing a bit too much, and I'm personally not a fan of it. Remember to always make your tsundere mad by being nice to them. They hate that shit.
Three, 2, 1, go!
So no one is around, which is concerning. This song starts off sounding innocent enough, but where this song really shines is after the first quarter. Everything slows down, it sounds pretty malicious, we see death notes that'll instantly kill us, and Yuri is probably about to summon her true self, but not like a persona, more like her inner demons. Everything goes black, you hear a very ominous laugh. This is pretty morbid, I'm not gonna lie. Yuri is now in her natural state of mind, girlfriend definitely needs to see a doctor, and boyfriend has been through worse times. The duet sounds really good. I like the death notes that keep you on your toes, and honestly, this isn't the first thing I want to see if I end up going to hell.
Three, 2, 1, go!
The very first song to this entire mod, we are set in the world of hating simulator. Monika doesn't know what's going on, but she's trying to find a way out and find her true love, whoever that may be. It's definitely not you, so don't get your hopes up, bud. Just because you played the Just Monika mod doesn't mean anything in the end. They managed to slide parts of the original theme, which is more reoccurring than I thought it would be. The charting hits you in the face, but it's not that bad once you get the hang of it.
Three, 2, 1, go!
I really wish this could be higher on the list. It's one of the best sounding songs in the game, but everything above just does more for me. This is a great song that shows how good Monika and Senpai's chemistry is during their songs. They work off each other so well to where you want more, and luckily we got more. Having to play twice the chart from both characters and the fact that it fits boyfriend alone goes to show how good these two are when they sing together and hog the mic like middle schoolers who fight over who gets the lead role in a play. It gets better better with every listen, but unfortunately 7 is the highest it can go on my list.
Three, two, one, go!
Just like Bara no Yume, this song sounds great and I really wanted to rank it higher. Yuri is the star of this song as boyfriend takes the back seat and acts as a backup singer. At least that's how I see it, because it sounds like his voice isn't as pronounced or in your face as usual. It's because Yuri takes over this entire song. Her vocals alongside the calm, soothing instrumental that's also really catchy to get your head bopping, with boyfriend's vocals adding more variety and pop to the song, makes this worth coming back to multiple times. She starts off with a solo and eventually takes a deep breath before we get into the rest of the song. We get to about 30% of the way there, and this nice shimmer filter throughout the rest of the song that fits perfectly with how this song sounds, and it fits the overall vibe as well. One of my favorites, but I couldn't rank it higher because I think everything else we got left is just better.
Three, two, one, go!
I realistically couldn't see myself putting deep breaths over this because this is one of the few songs I played constantly and had on repeat when I listened to it in my free time. It's basically your average pop song from the early 2010s. It's super catchy, you want to listen to it over and over again. You're probably going to listen to it over and over again because it will be on radio for like a year. Probably the most upbeat song in the mod, and it's just straight up fun. For a bit this was my number 1, but I really had to think about it, and I think 5 makes the most sense with what's coming up.
Three, two, one, go!
A beautiful remix that does just a few things different to keep itself away from being a straight up clone of the original song. This is from one of my favorite FNF mods, Friday Night Funkin' Fever Town, when you go up against Taki, you know, the giant nun with the chainsaw. Yeah, that was Yuri's inspiration for remixing the song, and it fits her character because we've never seen her with the chainsaw, and I hope we never do. The addition of echo effects to the voices, the hysterical laughter in the background are great ways of showing how deranged Yuri's character really is. The charting gets very similar similar, if not a complete clone of the original. It's not a bad thing, but I just wanted to mention it because I've played both these songs, the original and the remix, so many times, and I saw the difference immediately.
Two, one, go!
This is like an enhanced extension of Baru no Yume. This shows off that beautiful chemistry between Monika and Senpai as they sing off each other more often, and kind of like Deep Breath's boyfriend takes a back seat and acts as a backup singer to the main show that is Monika and Senpai, you know, the middle schoolers. A bit of a slower pace, but the vocals and tones fit what this song is going for. Monika is confused, Senpai is upset for some reason, boyfriend and girlfriend are just there. Sure. I mean, they could just leave, but they've been in this situation one too many times, so they might as well stay for the ride.
Three, two, one, go!
Now this is how you do a remix. Take the original, mess around with it, figure out what works and what can be added to make it a memorable version of the original and declare it as its own thing. I love the vocals, but where this song really peaks is when Monika takes us back to the world of Hating Simulator. How we first met her in this mod story, it sounds amazing, and comparing it to the original song from the Hex mod, I honestly prefer this over the original. Don't get me wrong though, Glitcher in Hex is iconic and super well known, but this takes it to another level for me. It also fits Monika's character with her ability to play around with the player, break the fourth wall, and confuse everybody. If only my number one pick wasn't as good. I want to give an honorable mention to a song that was in the first version of the Doki Doki Literature Club mod before we had the reboot and takeover, but it was replaced with Baru no Yume because of controversy with the creator of the song. It's a really good song and it does compete pretty well with Baru no Yume. I've even heard that some people prefer the original over Baru no Yume, or it's the other way around. Both songs are really good and I feel like I had to mention it here.
One, go!
time I talk about Monika and Senpai together, I mention their chemistry and how well they work together during songs. This is the ultimate song for these two, just Monika and the spirit. I don't know the lore as to why they both decided to face us like this, but this is a flawless song. This is the hurricane of the DDLC TakeOver. There have been a lot of mods where we face off against two characters at once, but this is the best chemistry I've seen and heard from any Friday Night Funkin' mod. None of them take up any unnecessary space for themselves, they share an equal amount of vocal time, the charting is great, and the instrumental is severely underrated because of the amazing vocal performances of these three characters. I'm glad that we were able to get a really solid expansion to a mod that really needed more content, especially with a game as deep as Doki Doki. It definitely warrants having the extra characters that weren't in the original mod. So many of these songs are instant classics and some I can do without, but I know this is an amazing mod and I believe it was worth the wait. But let me tell you something, if you really think I'm gonna talk about DDLC on this channel, I'll be honest, I don't know. Be happy I talked about it to some extent with this mod.